G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Callaway here, back with another video. We're going to do a comic book review of an indie comic by Mad Cave Comics called Hollywood Trash. Um, it's not really what you think when you think of the name Hollywood Trash with today's climate and stuff, but it's quite different. It's pretty funny. It was completely not what I was expecting. Obviously, it's about two garbage men, which you sort of figured that, but um, yeah, it was not what I was expecting. So it was pretty good. It was pretty bit different, but it was only 24 pages. It's issue number one. I'm not sure if there's other books before this one, so this looks like number one in the mini series, but I was a bit confused at the end because I'm not really sure what all the characters are and what the whole plot is. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna do some research and see if this is a continuation mini series of a previous mini series or not, or if this is just the first book or ever of Hollywood Trash. So yeah, there's a little bit confused at the end of it because I'm still not sure what all characters are and what the whole thing is. But yeah, we sort of got enough info to see where it was going. But yeah, I dare say in issue two and then on we'll definitely find out more. But anyway, let's get into it. It's on Comixology. It's from Mad Cave Comics. The cover's really cool. I don't mind the cover. The art's kind of like the cartoony style. Um, but it's quite good. It suits the story. I actually don't mind that the cover's really cool. Like this is we got their garbage truck that he calls Clyde. In the background, explosion. The two guys running from the explosion in the Hollywood palm trees and stuff. So yeah, I like the cover. So let's get into it. So it's written by Steven Sonneveld, artist by Pablo Verdugo, color by Jose Exposito, letters by Justin Birch, editor Chris Sanchez. So we start off at Hollywood, California, Grapevine Manor. So this guy, he's called Grapevine, and I don't know what he's meant to be dressed as. It's kind of like a cult, I think. Like I said, I was a bit confused. It doesn't really give you much info of what this you can see in this panel here of what this group is. It's kind of looks like a cult or a death cult or something. It's a bit like I think it's a bit like mythical and things like that. So he's like, and that is the source of my power and why the garbage man must die. And he's like, yes, Papa. So this guy's his name is Grapevine, but his nickname, AKA, is Papa. And all these people here in this panel have nicknames, and it'll show you. So then we cut back to this page. We've got the two garbage men. This little guy here, he's getting in the story. He's a former military, so he's getting back into society, and he's come to California, and he doesn't really know what California is all about. It's a bit different to him. And we'll have a read of this conversation. It's a bit different, a bit funny. He's like, I had never seen two ugly people kiss before. One of them was Rebelta. You haven't met her yet. She works in Papian's office. Nice lady. Nice people ain't ugly, James. Good on you, lad. I hope you stick around. We need more good ones. Ever since Nora retired, you wouldn't believe some of the characters I've had to put up with. See, Billy, a lesser dude would have sneered at that. I think, and then Billy says, I think sarcasm overrated. Do you now? Sure do. Ha! Why were you watching Miss Rebelita kiss people anyway? And he's like, I was in the office waiting to give the boss a piece of my mind. Then all of a sudden, when her greasy prince strode in. So they're having a bit of a conversation. Making his big romantic gesture. Well, he bought her lunch. Or at least he was there. And that's all she needed. She kissed him right there. They felt like the only two people in the office. The smell of fries ribboning around them. What a beautiful thing. So it's just different. It's a bit different. Like it's just a strange conversation to start with. Very different, but quite interesting. And then we get to this page, and this guy, he's like, what do you call it? What do you call it when, say, like you go to a college and you get sworn into the frat house or whatever it is, initiated. I think initiated might be the word. Will you, Leonard Wiley, undertake the onus of obedience and accept the membership into the Privy Council? By my blood, I will look to the lightning of Zeus. By my blood, I will pay Sharon every toll. And the guy in the purple down here, he's the boss, so he's the leader. He's like, then I hereby dub the brother Boom Boom. So now this guy's brother Boom Boom, like, it's strange names. And he's like, thank you, Papa. I won't let you down. And this is where it explains all the different people. And he's like, so Grapevine, aka Papa. Then we got this African American woman, Opez, aka blah blah. And then this one, Snorty, aka Click Click. Villachez, aka Chop Chop, so he's like a chef. I'm thinking. Masked Mage, aka Mirror Mirror, so he's got like he's got faces all around him. And then she's like, click, and he's like, click click. You're certain the device will be effective, unlike your recent Mars rover debacle. So the whole thing is, this guy, the boss, Grapevine, aka Papa, wants the new guy that's initiated in to kill these two garbage men for reasons yet we don't know. Something's happened and we don't know why they've tried to kill him. So we find out a little bit more at the end of the book, but I'm not really sure. So I've got to read number 2 when it comes out next month to see what it was. But then they go to this mansion and there's this young girl, Andy. She knows this guy. And she's like, hey you, uh-oh, fresh meat again. And he's like, he's like, Andy, this is Sir Billy the William, defender of the oppressed. You know, a bit of a SJW joke, I guess. I'm not really sure. He's like, then she's like, I'm something of an activist myself. And he's like, she's always downplaying her accomplishments. Just doing my part to save the world, like you saved mine. And then she's like, Narcotics Anonymous isn't great when you're not exactly anonymous. Everyone wanted something from me. So I think she was going by the story, she might have been an addict or something in the end, in previous time. So they're there trying to hunt she's there trying to get a coyote, and this guy, he's former military, he doesn't understand. So it sounds like he might be from, Texas or somewhere where he, if something's killing your animals and killing your pets, you just go and shoot. If it's a wolf, you go and shoot the wolf. But this woman, she wants to catch it and relocate it, and he's not really sure because he's like, gonna send the dog to rehab. But then we got this guy here, and in all while they're going on, he's there planting a bomb underneath the truck. So remember, if we go back, and he's like, here, click click. You're certain the device will be effective, unlike the recent Mars rover. So now that I actually read that twice, I picked up on that. I was a little bit confused there. So yeah, he's here. So they're still talking about trying to capture this coyote that's killing their pets and stuff and relocate it. And this guy, he doesn't. He's like, the traps back home in Claremore, sorry, not Texas, back home in Claremore would have had less peanut butter and more gunpowder. So it's like she's trying to catch a coyote like a mousetrap. Put peanut butter on a mousetrap. He's like, we'll just shoot it. And she's like, violence is always the easiest answer, but what's worse is when people just enjoy it. So this guy's secretly trying to. Oh no, sorry, my bad. I've completely mind blanked. It's not a bomb. I don't know why I went back to bomb because it's actually not. So they keep talking about rescuing this dog, and she's like, no, I'm going to rehabilitate it. And he's like, a coyote. Those dogs will eat kids if you're not looking. So they just have a bit of a conversation together about she's an activist and she does animal rights and all that sort of stuff, all that jazz. And so then this group, I still really don't know what they are. It's like a cult or something, but there's showman, like one of them's a showman and stuff. But the plot of the story is he wants this guy. He wants that guy that's now Boom Boom is a name. I don't know. Every time I think of Boom Boom, I think of a baby sitting on a toilet, you know, doing a crap. But it's a bit weird. Um, so yeah, he wants him to kill these two people for yet reasons I don't know. We don't really know. It doesn't explain it. But yeah, sorry, I don't know why I said bomb because it's actually not bomb. Now it's he puts the divide. So this guy's trying to steal a barbecue that's brand new. They've picked it up from the trash and they want to keep the barbecue. Yeah, thieving pricks. But this is the page where he sort of explains that he was in the military and he knows a woman that has a contract with the Pentagon. Yeah, he's like, I'll read the page. Grills in the street, dogs going to rehab, some town. Some of the guys I serve with can't even get the help they need. He's like, our government at work, it can afford the war, but not the cost of it. Reminds me of what that nutso inventor Snorte, so that's that chick that in the group that was, what was her nickname? Can't remember. Um, uh, sorry guys, this review's a bit back and forth. Snort, click, click. And yeah, sorry guys, this review's a bit back and forth, so it's off the cuff this one, no script. Our government at work, it can afford the war but not the cost of it. Reminds me of that nutso Aventus Norte is trying to do by replacing the sanitarian workers with a robot army. And then this is where he's like, I know her work. She's got a contract with the Pentagon. And he's like, what's her tech useful? And then we cut back to the new guy, Boom Boom. He's on a plane. He's trying to buy an old plane because he's still trying to kill those the two garbage men. He's like, usually I'm not the one giving you money, Len. Where did you get this? Didn't you hear? I landed a role in the new Kiltana. So there we go. So that group, they call themselves Kiltana, but we don't really know what it fully involves yet because it doesn't really get into it. So it's either like a hit, like a group of assassins, but it seems a little bit different. Like yeah. So we'll get in. It gets into it, and this is it. So the guy's in the plane, and he's done a click, and it's a device. So I don't know why. Sorry guys, I don't know why I said bomb because yeah, but no. So it's a device that locks the car doors and then locks the steering wheel. So he's trying to make them crash the truck to kill them, make it look like an accident, I guess. And that's the device I was talking about that he planted under the car, under the truck. So he's like, okay, time to stop messing around. He's like, Clyde is driving himself. So Clyde is what he calls his truck. He's like, just because he named the truck, he's like, I know he's not a sentiment, Billy, but if we take this panel off, we should be able to unlock the door. And they try and jump out, but then the guy in his plane comes around. He starts shooting at the windscreen. So they're like, holy shit. And then he's shooting at the windscreen. And then the plane comes around, and then they jump out of the. He jumps out of the plane. I don't know why he jumped. I don't know. It's a bit of a stupid way to kill somebody. He jumps out of the plane, which makes no sense. Wouldn't you just try and shoot the hell out of the truck and kill him? So I don't know why he shoots the truck, and then jumps out of the plane. And they crash the plane into the truck, and the guy's, he's covering his ears, and this guy's parachuting onto the truck. And remember when they stole the barbecue? And then he's like, James. Then they get out, and then he lands on the truck, and he's like, James, isn't this better than CGI? Because it's something to do with Hollywood, so it doesn't really get into it. I don't know what it is. It hasn't really explained it. It keeps coming back to Hollywood and CGI and movies and things like that. So I'm definitely gonna have to read number 2 and try and find out more. And he's like, is that Kiltana? So it's like, it's a group, so they know what it is. It's like a mercenary group or something like that, but we don't, as a reader, we don't really know what it is yet. It's a bit confusing. That's when I finished this 24 pages of the first issue. I think I was a bit more confused of what's going on. So yeah, hopefully the next few issues explain it, because at the moment we don't know what it is. It's like a hit squad, It's like a mercenaries for hire. It's like a death cult. It's like a weird mythological cult. We don't really know. We just know they dress up like this and they kill people. And then they get into a fight with some katanas, her Japanese swords, and he's like, why are you shooting at us? And he's like, and then he's like, you have a point. So then he gets the sword out, and they start fighting with the sword, and he's like, I like you, kid. You think in CinemaScope. So everything keeps coming back to movies, which is, Hollywood trash in the title, garbage men, trash men, Hollywood. It's in Hollywood, but I don't really understand what it is yet. So, um, yeah. So then he gets the gas bottle out they stole from the barbecue, and he's like, your friend is next. He has what I really want. So we don't know what that is yet. And he throws up the gas bottle, and he's like, everything but the kitchen sink, kid, eh? And he slices the gas bottle, and it explodes, and it's like boom, and he gets thrown away. He gets thrown from there, and and he's like, normally our mornings aren't this busy, and that's how it ends. So yeah, so now issue number two. This is issue number two, and we got the robots and all that. So it's turned into something weird. So I don't really know. So this is a bit of a different review, guys. It's sort of a review, but I'm a lot more confused than I was when I started. So it's definitely going to take issue number two to fill me in a bit more. But it was pretty interesting. Like, it was not what I was expecting. Something different. Just an indie book. Getting sick of reading the main two. So their books aren't as good. So, yeah, guys, Hollywood Trash by Mad Cave Comics. Check it out. It's different. The art was different, a bit cartoony. The book definitely was not what I was expecting. It was not a bad read, something different. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'll definitely pick up number two just to see where the story goes, because I'm hell confused now because I really don't know what the hell's going on. But hopefully it'll explain it. Yeah, guys, check out the video. Thanks for sticking with me. This video is probably a bit longer, dragged out a bit longer than I thought. But yeah, please like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, follow me on Twitter, Comics with Callaway, and stay tuned for the next video. Much appreciated. Thanks, guys.